Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Billie Holiday and her favorite beauty products, as well as a little bit about her fashion. So I found this old article from 1937 and it included a lot of good information in it, so I'm going to share that with you. But first, let's talk a little bit about Billie Holiday and who she was. So before doing this video, I really didn't know that much about Billie Holiday. I've heard some of her music, but then I recently watched a movie called The United States versus Billie Holiday, and I thought it was an incredible film featuring Andra Day as Billie Holiday, and she just won a Golden Globe for Best Actress, and I have a feeling she'll be a front runner for the Oscar. So if you want to see that movie, I highly recommend it, especially if you love Billie Holiday. So Billie Holiday was an American jazz and swing music singer with a career spanning 26 years. Nicknamed Lady Day by her friend and music partner Lester Young, Holiday had an innovative influence on jazz music and pop singing. Her vocal style, strongly inspired by jazz instrumentalists, pioneered a new way of manipulating phrasing and tempo. She was known for her vocal delivery and improv skills while singing. After a turbulent childhood, Holiday began singing in the nightclubs in Harlem, where she was heard by producer John Hammond, who commended her voice. She signed a recording contract in Brunswick in 1935. Collaborations with Teddy Wilson yielded the hit What a Little Moonlight Can Do, which became a jazz standard. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, Holiday had mainstream success on labels such as Columbia and Decca. By the late 1940s, she had legal troubles and drug abuse. After a short prison sentence, she performed at a sold-out concert at Carnegie Hall. But her reputation deteriorated because of her drug and alcohol problems. She was a successful concert performer throughout the 1950s with 2 further sold-out shows at Carnegie Hall. Because of the personal struggles and an altered voice, her final recordings were met with mixed reaction but were mild commercial successes. Her final album, Lady in Satin, was released in 1958. Holiday died of cirrhosis on July 17, 1959 at the age of 44. She was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1973, and if you watch the movie, it really goes into the legal battles, and I feel like the FBI was kind of after her for the song Strange Fruit, so it seems like she just didn't have luck on her side, but I really recommend that movie. So I was really excited when I discovered this article because I was doing research and I really wanted to know which beauty products she used and what perfumes. And I stumbled upon a 1930 issue of the Afro-American, and this is a black interest newspaper published out of Baltimore since 1892. The reporter Lillian Johnson sat down with Lady Day herself in her dressing room of the Royal Theatre and dished something delightful over the personal wardrobe and habits of the vocalist. Billie Holiday would have been 22 at the time of this article's publication in 1937 and was on a difficult tour with Count Basie. So the article titled, "What Does Billie Holiday Wear? New Swing Sensation Tells Her Wardrobe for Afro Readers." And Billie Holiday says, "I like ugly men." The speaker was Miss Billie Holiday, one of radio's brightest swing stars at the Royal Theatre Monday. "I've always had the idea," she said, "that good-looking men are conceited and that they think they're cute." But that's just more than an idea, for Billie Holiday has worked over a period of 3 years with all kinds, and she has more than an average intelligence. It's a definite opinion. And what's more, she acted on it, for she's wearing a diamond on that certain finger, pardon me, a ring set with 19 diamonds. A lovely thing, and she admitted that it wouldn't be long before the wedding bells ring, although the date hasn't been set. But marriage won't interfere with her career, for she plans to keep right on singing. Don't get her wrong, though. She doesn't like bad-looking men, and the man who put the diamond on the 4th finger of her left hand is, in her own words, tall, sharp, and tailor-made, although he isn't handsome. She couldn't be cajoled into telling his name, but he's a singer with another orchestra. Billie Holiday herself is a fashion writer's delight, for she's neat and dainty even in her dressing room, and her clothes show that they have been chosen with care. For instance, during the interview in her dressing room at the Royal Theatre, where she is appearing this week, she wore a peach-colored dressing gown trimmed in turquoise blue with satin turquoise mules, and as lovely as the combination sounds, it was practical enough to stand up under cleaning. Her red-brown hair was pinned back in masses of curls, and as she talked, she combed them into the right position, and they looked really professional. So in the article, she says, does her own hair. I always do my hair myself, she said in answer to exclamation of surprise. No, I didn't take a course in hairdressing, but I kept trying until I got it just right. I do my own nails too. She doesn't carry a maid and explained that she is nervous anyways, and a maid would only add to the confusion. She usually chooses clothes of 3 basic colors, black, white, and green, all admirably suited to her light brown skin and brown eyes. Even in her less expensive things, she picks colors that will blend with these 3. For instance, hanging behind the door of her dressing room, her street clothes for the day consisted of a soft fleece sport coat in dark gray with a blue fox collar, a gray shirt, and a short wool jacket of brick red. For her stage appearance, she donned a black chiffon-fitted evening gown with a black satin underslip trimmed with the rhinestones at the neck. With it, she wore 3 white gardenias. And for makeup in the article, it says she uses a Max Factor's makeup blender on her skin first. A tiny bit of rouge goes on then, high on the cheek, and then over top of that is powder, also Max Factor. And for her favorite perfumes, she likes Evening in Paris and Emeraude. So Emeraude is a spicy oriental perfume, and this one is a Coty perfume. And it came out in 1921, so it's definitely a vintage fragrance. And the nose behind this fragrance is bergamot, lemon, and orange. The middle notes are Brazilian rosewood, ylang ylang, jasmine, and rose. And the base notes are benzoin, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. And I sprayed some on. At first it smelled really strong and I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but I actually really like how it settles. Now when I smell it, it has like a really nice vanilla smell. Honestly, it's very similar to Shalimar, and I would consider it to be a nice Shalimar dupe, especially since it's a little less expensive. And I really like the green bottle. And when I was watching the film, I noticed on her dressing table she had a green bottle of the perfume. That made me really happy that they at least did the research for that. And she also loved Evening in Paris by Bourjois, and this one was launched in 1928 by Ernest Bux, who is the nose behind Chanel No. 5. And this one is violet, peach, apricot, and bergamot. Middle notes are iris, heliotrope, rose, ylang ylang, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Base notes are amber, sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. So that's really cool that you can still get her perfume, which was exciting to me. And I really haven't heard of that Coty perfume, so I'm really excited about that, and I really love how it settles, so I highly recommend you trying it. And don't be overwhelmed at first because it does appear quite strong, but it really settles nicely. And Billie Holiday also says she wears diamonds, and she likes lovely things. Having been born in April, her birthstone is a diamond, and she wears a long, slender wristwatch, lavishly set in birthstones. For her winter wardrobe, she plans to get a black Persian lamb coat with black accessories. Her constant companion is her mother, who is with her always, except when she is on tour. They share an apartment together in New York, and her fondest desire now is to buy a pretty home for her mother in the suburbs where she can have flowers. Billie herself likes a pretty home. She is crazy about white furniture, and her room at home is done in blonde maple. Everything in it is white, she said, except the telephone, that was black. I wanted it white, so I got some white paint and painted it, and then it got out of order and kept buzzing. The man from the company told me that if I had just sent them $4, they would have put in a white one. She smiled. And in the article, it talks about Satin Underwear. She likes tea rose underwear made of satin, and she had plenty of it around in her dressing room. Billie Holiday calls Baltimore home, for it was here that she learned her ABCs, attending the Robert Street and Carey Street schools, but Philadelphia has a claim on her, too. For she was born there, and it was her home during her first 3 years. Her musical talent evidently came from her father, as he played in orchestras for many years, first with Fletcher Henderson, and later as guitar player with Don Redman. He died in February of this year while the Redman Band was playing in Texas. Billie likes a swinging style better than any kind of music, and outside the Count Basie's band, she rates Benny Goodman tops. Benny himself she calls a swell guy. Ella Fitzgerald is her favorite singer. As for her own singing, she always wanted to be able to sound like Louis Armstrong's triple-tongue trumpet. And Billie Holiday is usually nervous when she faces theater audiences. It isn't that way when we're playing in the club though, she said. Because everybody's feeling jolly and friendly, and at dances, I usually pick out somebody who seemed to like the singing and sing to that person, and that way it's easy. And she's very likable. People usually like Billie too, even if they don't take to her at first. Her favorite song is If the Moon Turns Green, but if the song that grossed most record sales for her is One Never Knows Does One, but somehow, looking at the personality, the friendliness, and the intelligence that is Billie Holiday, one does know how to present success and is only the beginning. So it was so interesting reading this old article. 1937 was such a long time ago, and I felt like I kind of took a trip back in time to the beginning of her career. And I really liked finding about her perfume too, and I'm really curious now to see if I can kind of find some old articles too about other movie stars online. I know there's lots of archives, so let me know too if you know of any interesting archives where you can find old articles besides the ones that I was looking at. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know who you want to do next, and I hope you end up watching the Billie Holiday movie. Alright, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Hello lovelies. So I hope you end up joining my YouTube membership, and with this membership you'll get 3 bonus videos a month plus 1 bonus monthly live stream, and you also get 20% off of Vintage Doll Cosmetics, which is my vintage inspired beauty brand. And you also get this beautiful free vintage inspired mirror with your first Vintage Doll Cosmetics order. So click the link below and sign up, and I hope to see you at my next live stream.